Well, this is Guns, Knives, and Tools, man. And I might as well give you an update on my ridge. So this is my Ozark Trail ridge. We'll introduce it there. We will take the water bottle out so we can see a little bit better, man. And then we're going to see. This is the seat post off of the Vibe. Okay, if you can see that, my hand effectively is covering up the usable that they're marking, man. You know that they're 27.2 and do not go beyond that point. My hand is basically covering up the exposed C-post. So it's little bitty, and I've got big hands. I'm aware of that. My hands are not normal size considering the fact that I'm not a very big person. But this is, wow. Okay. Now, yeah. So this is my Ozark Trail Vibe. Now, if you look at it, it looks very stock. It does not look like I've gone ultra crazy because I have left everything in the color tone, or at least tried to make it to where it didn't scream out, look at me, look at me, look at me. I know people do that with stuff, not me. So this bike is highly modified, but it's done in an economical way, and it's also done in a not a boy racer way. So, except for the cranks, but we're gonna get there when we get there. So what have I done to it? Of course, in previous video, I've covered that I put my titanium flight saddle on it because it fits my posterior, and my posterior apparently is that shape. Might not be most people's shape, it is mine. Now, below that, we have a PNW dropper post. This is a 125 millimeter dropper post. Let's see if we're all the way up. Yeah. It's a 125 millimeter dropper post. The reason I put 125 on it is because I bought it for a 150 millimeter dropper post, but because that there voltage, man, right there, that and right there, and that distance right there. Like I said, I have big hands. Like that's, I play the piano, so if you can play Beethoven, you've got big hands. It's the thing. And sorry, didn't mean to throw that in. That's an inside joke. But anyway, because of his hand was so wide. Anyway, rock and roll. So I have a 125 millimeter. I bought the 150 millimeter, and this is a 31.6, I guess, millimeter. And then this of course tapers down to about a 25. But anyway, that's not important. They're all the same. This isn't, it isn't special. The only part that's important is that size, and that's a 31.6. Of course, I routed it internally because just like the Vibe, the ridge is set up for internal C-post. And of course, we got our tactical type of that their pumpage, man. It's at their silken, man. Anyway, we're it really is a good setup. I've been doing very good about keeping this bike clean. I've been mainly riding it on the road because I've been trying to teach people how to ride, and I didn't want to get on my big race bike, so I did this one. Now, we've done the PNW dropper post. We did there's the trigger. A very good trigger. This is their economical line. It's a combination kit from PNW. You get the post, the cable, and also the trigger. It's a whole thing. I think it's I'm thinking it's 180 bucks, but they have the coupons. If you use coupons, I paid maybe $160 for this. I think my browser actually found the coupons. I know, house, I'm home. You know what I need? I need a key fob that I can carry around to where my house doesn't alert me when it knows that it's me. But we're not going to go there. So it leaves me alone when I move around my own house. Okay, whole other side topic. Now, I have updated. First, I cut my bars down, and I put these grips on here because I've used these grips for forever, but on a motorcycle, and they weren't lock on at the time. They used to be just glue on. But I put a one up. Bam! Come on, boy. That worked well. Anyway, multi-tool, boy. So, there we go. One up multi-tool. So I put that in there. It's easy to install. Any beginner can do this. This is the easiest stuff in the world. Doing this, you're going to need a cable in which to route it. Pumps, easy to install. I like pumps better than I do CO2 cartridges because you have a second chance with a pump. You don't have a second chance with a CO2 cartridge, and that's a very well-made pump. It is a all-metal pump, and well, hell, while we're talking about it, might as well put it off there, boy. What the hell's wrong with you? So it's a Silca pump, and this is a Tactico. It's all metal. It has good burling on it. You can see Silca right there. And pop the top, man. Anything, man, just comes out right there, and it's Presta and Schrader comes out. It's already connected. Simply comes out of that there tubage right there, man, and you're ready to go, man. So there's your pump. It has a lock where it locks on to your valve stem, and it's Presta and Schrader adaptable. It's a great pump. Now, let's get down to the boy racer part of this, because this is the part that drives me nuts. I don't like it, but that's neither here nor there. This is one of them there IXF type $45 crank and bottom type bracket assemblages with a 32 tooth gear. Of course, it says it right there, 32 tooth. And then, of course, it came with the bottom bracket that you have to shim. I wound up having to shim it on both sides in order to not mess with my the width of my stance, which you will not have to know any of that type stuff. When you're doing it, just, go by what everybody else says. Most people put one on. You put one on the drive side if it is a 72 millimeter or something like that. And if it's a 68, you put 2 and 1. I wound up and had to put 1 on both sides because there's a little variation in my frame. Now, the one thing about this gear, because this is not the stock gear set that's on this. This is a all steel, made for e-bike gear that is a MicroShift. And the funniest thing is, see this Acolite? See the way this gear, this clutch works? Where you have to set it with a 5 millimeter and then you can release it here. But a 5 millimeter Allen key to set it. I saw something that said Acolite on it that had a switch on it that had a clutch like the Advent. I think maybe it was an Advent, and I was hallucinating in the middle of the night. Who knows? So what I've done is, it came with an 11 to 42 tooth. Now this is an 11 by 46 tooth, which I increased 4 cogs. There's a little bit more drilling on it. This there, the other and this one, of course, is rated for a e-bike, where the 42 tooth was not. That one was also all steel, but anyway, still loving the wolf tooth water ball cages. This is the only way I could easily get, of course, large water ball cages. I had to set that one all the way down. I've already shown this on previous videos. And then that one I set into that setting. I don't like the water ball cages where you can just put 2 screws in and slide it up and down. The good thing about this is there's always one screw that's just in a hole that even if it comes loose, it's limited in its mobility. Now, what else have I basically What else you messed up, boy? You can mess up a lot when you work at it. I don't know. I think that's kind of where we're at right now. I haven't put a bag on it yet because I'm still wearing my little backpack when I ride. As I said, I've had to cut the bars down a little bit because the reach seemed to be a little long. I liked where the saddle was as far as the position there, but the reach from the saddle to the bars was a little long, and the only way that I could adjust that is by cutting the bars a little more narrow, and that would basically move my back up a little bit. And it's a very small adjustment. You're only talking about cutting a 1/2 inch off of each one, but it's something that, unfortunately, knowing how to fit bikes, I wound up and had to do to mine. Anyway, this is Guns, Knives, and Tools, and I don't think I can do any more damage. So here we go. But yeah, that little retarded ass seat post. I mean, you can see it compared to a fucking water bottle. I mean, it's not even. It's the length of a water bottle, and it's not even that. I mean, damn, that's how much usable space you have. Oh God. Anyway, gun, knife, tools, boy, get her done.